Hey, welcome back to my Permanently Filipino playlist, where I basically talk about how my husband and I are transitioning from the United States to the Philippines as retirees and trying to become permanent residents. So I'm going to talk about it first. The tree. Yes, I decorated for Christmas. It's the Burr months. So in my mind, I am embracing everything that the Philippines has to offer. When you walk into a mall or a store and you see the Christmas decorations already up and you're listening to Christmas music as you're grocery shopping, yeah, I'm jumping on that bandwagon. Now, to be clear, I'm a person who believed you did not put up a tree until after Thanksgiving. You enjoyed Halloween, you enjoyed Thanksgiving, United States Thanksgiving, before that tree went up. And to be honest with you, I love having my tree up. I don't have a lot of lights. I'm crocheting my ornaments right now, so I'm still in the process. But to have my tree up in September really brought a lot of joy. Now, what am I doing about the other holidays? Well, I'm gonna crochet a few things to represent the holidays, and it's just fun. So this is a little Christmas spirit that I decided to represent Halloween. I'm trying to look to see what am I going to do for Thanksgiving, but this is my fun little start for the holidays and Halloween and Thanksgiving, since Christmas is already clearly represented. And here's another thing. I thought about this. I used to spend a lot of money decorating my home for Christmas, and it only lasted like a month and a half. That's it. And now I'm thinking I get to enjoy all of those fun, Christmassy, joyful decorations for 4 months. To me, that's cost effective. That's a return on my investment. So I'm jumping on that bandwagon for sure. Anyway, so today's video is about getting an ACR-I card. And the reasons why I wanted one was because I thought I could get a bank account in the Philippines a little bit easier. It would help me get GCash and maybe any other cards or services a little bit easier. I didn't have to carry my birth certificate around with me everywhere as proof that I was a Balikbayan visa citizen. And it was also to have something, like as I mentioned in my last video, representing that I am a Filipino. And it was more for me, since I wasn't going at the time. The chances of me getting a Filipino passport was just dwindling quickly, and I wanted something. So it was just more of a personal choice. So anyway, I'm going to have to read all of the things that I'd done, because I'm going to talk about specific windows, places where in the Bureau of Immigration, intramuros, and what I'd done while I was there. Because when you first walk into the Bureau of Immigration, it's overwhelming and it's confusing. There's a lot of people, and it's not as if you will not find the friendliest people there who will help you. You will. But in my mind, as I reflect on my experiences here in the Philippines, if I can find any video that's going to help me understand the next step or what it's like to be in that space, then I would have liked that video. And I guess I'm doing that for anybody else who's trying to figure out what to do, if this even applies to me, and if it does apply to me, what should happen, what will happen while I'm there. I just think it would help. I thought it would be helpful, so that's why I'm doing this video. Anyway, so I will be doing a lot of reading because I don't want to forget anything. So before I even went, I prepared a number of items. Okay, the first thing, I wrote a letter of intent. Why am I taking the time to apply for an ACR-I card. So a letter of intent is important. Mine was handwritten. That's fine. It doesn't have to be typed. Mine was handwritten. And then I took a photo of my letter in case I needed to refer back to it for some future reason. I didn't know. But I'm a person who just likes to have documentation of everything that I do. I brought my United States passport, my United States driver's license, my marriage license, or my marriage certificate. What I should have brought, which I wish I would have done, was photocopies of my passport. And typically, I think about getting the photocopy of just the main part, but you also need a photocopy of the immigration stamp. And that's another evidence that you're Balikbayan visa. Okay, so those are all the things that you could bring. Oh, and definitely you must dress a certain way. Like my husband had to wear pants. I forgot about that. My husband had to wear pants, and you're not supposed to wear a tank top, but nobody said anything to me. And I will talk about that a little bit more. Like I didn't wear a tank top, but I wore something that was sleeveless. I wore a sleeveless dress, so dressing business casual. I mean, I was a teacher for 30 years, so I dressed as if I was, getting ready to teach in my classroom. And I did not find out till I went to the National Bureau of Investigations that what was acceptable where. I did dress business casual, and nobody at the Bureau of Immigration turned me away. Just to be clear, nobody did. Nobody said anything to me because this was my second time wearing something that was sleeveless. But for a female, don't wear something sleeveless, just in case. But I was never turned away from the Bureau of Immigration in regards to how I was dressed. Okay, but know that I will talk about that in a future video because obviously it was a little traumatic since I'm talking about it so much. I completely forgot about that. Anyway, back to the ACR-I card process. So first I went as I enter into the Bureau of Immigration Intramuros, I went left. That's where they told me to go. And it was window 5, and it's titled Native Born Application Non-Immigrant I-Card Renewal. I basically took, I would say it was a total of 30 minutes. So all of the things that I talk about after this would take me, I would say about 30 minutes to do the whole thing. Now I'm wondering if that's true. Something like that, yeah. Just at that window itself, it took me 30 minutes. Sorry, I'm trying to think back. Yeah, it took 30 minutes dealing with the application process. Okay, so here's the application process. That took 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait, which was great. I had to show my letter of intent, all of my other documentation. They looked it over. After reading my letter, I did receive an application, and then in front of the window you'll see a row of seats. That's where I filled out my application. Behind the row of seats, it looks like you're going to leave the room to go into like a little mini hallway into another room, and that is where you're going to have to buy a folder and get copies if you didn't have copies of your passport. The main part where your picture is and where your Balikbayan visa stamp is from immigration when you were at the airport. So that, and it cost maybe less than 50 pesos from what I can remember. As soon as I received my folder, I took my folder, the application, and the photocopies back to window 5. While I was at that window, that might have taken maybe that 10 minutes there. When I was getting the photocopy, that took 10 minutes because there was a wait there. So now 10 minutes now at the window again. I had to wait. I submitted my folder of information, and most of it was after I handed over my folder. I had to go back to the seats and wait, because then the representative had other people that she was working through, other folders that she was looking through. So I kind of had to wait there, but it wasn't long. She called me back up, and I received paperwork. It was like a little invoice to show that I had submitted an application for service. And then I took that invoice to the cash section, and that really took maybe a total of 3 minutes. Now, one thing you need to know when you come to the Bureau of Immigration, the Bureau of Immigration only accepts cash. Now, there is an ATM, so you could go get cash there, but make sure you have cash. I made sure I did that prior to going to the BI, but they won't accept anything else. So the cash section is Windows 13, 14, and 15, just a little bit down from Windows 5. You're still over on the left-hand section. When you enter that section, you never go past the guards. So it cost 3,000 pesos at the time, and that included 500 pesos for express service. That meant I could get my ACR-I card within 2 weeks, about that time frame. So I received a receipt, and then I took that receipt back to Windows 5, and that took about 5 minutes. I think there was only one person ahead of me. They looked at the receipt, they confirmed the information, and they made just to make sure. And I was immediately directed to the biometrics area. Now, that meant I would then have to go to the other side of the first floor, go past the guards, all the way to window 44. And that whole process took about 15 minutes when I was at the biometrics area. And at first, when you walk over there, you'll see seats again, and it's facing towards a screen. And that screen is where, if you're getting your biometrics, you would go behind that screen, but they were already working with a family. So I did have to wait. That's why my wait was a little bit longer. But I did indicate to the representative that I was there for biometrics. He had me wait in the seating area. And then when it was my turn, I went up to the window, and the representative, like the teller type of representative, showed me the computer screen, and I had to make sure that all of my information was accurate. And then I had to give a digital signature, and then digital fingerprints, and then my picture. So for my picture, no glasses, no teeth, and I had to show my ears. So I had to tuck my hair behind my ears, and that's it. So pretty easy, and then I was done. My husband and I left. They did give me a phone number, and they said I can call once a week to see if my card's ready, and that's what I did. So after 2 weeks, I went and retrieved my card. I went back, I think it was towards when I entered, I think we went to the right-hand side, and I can't remember the window number, but it's entitled the ACR-I card releasing window, and I think it's over on the biometric side of the floor. And no wait, grabbed my card, and I was on my way. And that was it. That was the whole process. Super easy to do that. It's a very busy area. I think The first time I'd gone to the Bureau of Immigration at 8 a.m., there's like hardly any wait. When I went to go get my ACR-I card, I think my husband and I went about 10 o'clock. Super busy, very busy. But as you can see, or as you could hear, my wait time really wasn't that long at any window where I was. Yes, the process took about an hour to an hour and a half total time, but so it's doable, and I really do find getting my ACR-I card, being able to carry that is so much easier. Personally, I did not feel I needed to carry my United States passport everywhere with me. So instead, I carried my ACR-I card, and I carried, I have a United States passport card also, so I would carry those two things. And that way my passport booklet could then stay at home tucked away in a safe. So anyway, that's basically the process of getting an ACR-I card at the Bureau of Immigration, and for me specifically at Intramuros. Anyway, thank you for hanging out, listening to this part of the story. I'm really not sure what my next video is going to be about, because I can go into different areas now that I have my ACR-I card. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I could talk about. So I hope to see you again to hear what was the next step. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.